Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my episode 3. Man, this has been taking quite a long time lately with family and babies and everything. Sorry if it's taken, if you're looking for these and they're not coming out as quickly as I thought they might. It's kind of difficult with everything I have to juggle in my family and my kids, babies, all this kind of stuff. Just want to let you know, if you haven't watched episode 1 and 2, watch those. There's some really great information on this time frame I'm talking about. And again, what I'm talking about here is the attack days of November 21st, 2019 and November 22nd, 2019 being the tsunamis, mega tsunamis, the pre-planned mega tsunamis that are going to hit both coasts. That's, predictively programmed in many things in media for several years. Okay, going back from movies, TV shows, everything, even that recent TV show. If you look back, several videos of mine, I put out there the actual promo for the TV series 911, which is 9/11, of course. And it was premiered on 9/23, which is, I think it was the 3rd season or something. And it shows a tsunami wave hitting the beach on the East Coast. I think it was like Coney Island or something. And I put that on there. Oh, by the way, if you'd seen that and you didn't know what I meant, I should have made it more clear. If you didn't know what I meant about, look at the woman with the purple glasses. That has to do with ultraviolet, which is Obama. He's represented in iPad Goat and many other things as pink, because he sits on a pink chair in iPad Go 2, and then ultraviolet, his tassel is ultraviolet in iPad Go 2, and he's shown many places. I've shown over several months of my videos, he's represented by pink and ultraviolet, or purplish color. It's kind of a range of purple, but ultraviolet ultimately is what it means. That's why he wears purple suits and purple ties and all kinds of stuff he's worn more than any other color. Because that is royalty. The pink represents the effeminate spirit, like the Bible talks about, all kinds of stuff. And so the tsunami is going to be on those 2 days, and then the 11/23, which is, again, I'm going to reiterate this like I did in my previous videos. 11 is November. Okay, Novem is Latin for 9. Okay, and if you don't know about that, watch my past videos, kind of explaining it a little bit, and how from September through December, those months are behind by 2 months because of what they're really called, and that's how the elite look at it. Okay, so 11/23 is the final destruction day of the United States, of the nuclear attack. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that more and more as I go here. Okay, let's get right into it. So I'm going to talk about this notorious A113. Okay, there's a cover story for all this stuff, and I'm going to talk about that. But this is not what it has been billed as being. It is showing the attack day, and I'm going to show that to you. Okay, so there's A113 in a lot of Pixar movies. For example, this is Finding Nemo. This is Cars. I think this is Cars as well. This is Brave. It's etched in Roman numerals above the doorway there. This is even the older Disney animated movies. This is Princess and the Frog. This was Lilo and Stitch. And I want to talk about this Lilo and Stitch thing as well, that license plate. This is a rainbow that's on Hawaii's license plate, which is very crazy. I've thought about this several times. Rainbow in the Bible represents, a symbol of the flood, and God would not flood anymore, as far as flood the whole earth. So that's pretty crazy that that's even on Hawaii's license plate in the first place. But then it shows the attack day of a flood on there. And then, of course, later nuclear. But it represents both 11/21 and 11/23. And I'm going to show you that here. Now, the story is that, A113 is a classroom at Cal Arts where many Pixarians got their filmmaking start. And there's the number on the classroom door, above the classroom door. But, this is, they're here. Here's John Lasseter, Andrew Stanton, Pete Docter, some of the people in Pixar pointing to that. Oh, is that so cute? Because we hide all these Easter eggs in here. Yes, they do, but it is because these are Masons. These are different types of Masons, Illuminati members and things that basically show the attack day of the day that they're looking for, the day of the Antichrist, the birth of the Antichrist, and this new age that is in all these movies and everything. And so it's called a cover story. And then the second one is a fictitious account invented to conceal a person's identity or, in their case, reasons for doing something. It's to conceal. It's a fake story. Okay, so this is a fake story, and I'm going to show you more details about why that is and what that really means. What A113 really means. Excuse me, my throat's bothering me a little bit. So A113, it can be broken down a couple different ways. So I'm going to explain this. So A in English gematria equals 6. Simple gematria, A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. But in English gematria, everything is times by 6. So instead of A equal 1, like simple gematria, A equals 6. B equals normally 2 in simple gematria. 2 times 6 in English gematria is 12, and so on and so forth. So A equals 6. So then you have 6, and then you have 1 plus 1 is 2, and 3, 6, 2, 3. Now, I've talked about that many, many times. In fact, like I've said many times, about 8 or 9 months ago, I got a dream, and Jesus walked up to me in my dream very quickly and said, 923 is 623. And so I knew about 923 because I had a dream about that before. And then so 623 represents the birth of the Antichrist. Also, Barack Hussein Obama's name, Barack Hussein Obama, in Jewish gematria is 623. So also, and many other things with 623. 623 is all over iPad Goat and everything. Also, A113 also. We're going to also talk about 113. There's this German guy with a very viral video going on now, more than I think it should. With that kind of truth, it shouldn't be going that viral. That's immediately threw up some red flags that YouTube's trying to promote this as another false day. It's going to be a false day because I'm going to show you why. This 11/3 or November 3rd of attack on Seattle. Now, I believe, yes, there will be an attack on Seattle. There will be tsunami waves like the day I'm talking about, 11/21. And then there will be a nuclear attack in Seattle as well, just like there'll be a nuclear attack in many other major cities on 11/23. These are planted ahead of time nuclear devices that will go off at the same time. People have had dreams about that. My brother Aaron at Redeem 44 has had information dreams, I think, dreams on nuclear stuff that are in the cities already, and they're going to go off at the same time. Other people have had that as well. Then you also have 311 as well. So 113 or 11/3, however you look at it, and 311, along with A113, I'm going to decode at the same time here. Okay, so what do they also have in common? They also have in common 11 times 3, or 3 times 11 is 33. Now that's the 33rd degree of Masonry, is the most enlightened degree of Masonry, okay? And then they believe that they're going to the 33rd degree level with the Antichrist and everything for the world on this particular day. So, of course, they're going to represent 33 all over the place. And then look up there, A, also, like I said, in simple English gematria equals 1. So they've got 1113. So 111 times 3 is also 333. They love these triple numbers as well. And also, if you think about it, if something is 33.3%, what are they really focusing on? The opposite of that, which is 66.6% of something. So that's why they like 333, because the opposite, in a sense, is 666 in a whole, for example, on percentage. Then we also have 11.3 can also be 3 11s. So there's 3 11s there, for example, which also, if you take the second 2 11s, put them together, it also in a way represents 22. So, and then 1122 is 11 plus 22, which is 33. And this is how this stuff works. I'm just basically showing you how they do this stuff. Okay, it feels like it's a little bit contrived at times, but that's what they do. They find all kinds of things that have to somewhat fit logic. Still, they just have to fit logic somehow. But they're kind of a little bit contrived, but that's what they do. That's what I've seen in so much evidence. Okay, so that's one of the attack days. That's on the East Coast tsunami attack days. So let me go back to, here's another way to break these down as well. all three of these. So in the center, just imagine this line, this white line, is a mirror. Okay, and like I've shown in my previous videos, the mirror is really important to them, especially when I showed the Economist magazine 2019 and showed the mirror of the cover and those put together, the original cover and then the mirror of the cover, and then they'll put those back to back basically, and then you saw all kinds of demon imagery and all kinds of stuff coming out of the pit and everything. Check that out if you haven't. Check my episode 1 and my episode 2 out. There's a lot of information in there. Okay, so this is a mirror. So now let's throw those on the mirror and the way they should go. It's like that on the 3, because the mirror of that is this. Okay, these are mirrored. The 3 is really meaning to be an 8. So now let's take the mirror off, and then you have the two mirrored images, and then we want to separate them because that's what they're trying to show. Okay, so we have 118 and 811, and we also have A118 and A11A. Okay, how do I say that? Okay, and then of course the A equals 1 in this situation, or the A can equal 6. Like I said, it's just a matter of simple gematria or English gematria. They really show it on both. It's two different meanings. So if you go on the top, 6 plus 1 plus 1 equal, or on the to the right, 1 plus 1 plus 6 equals, they both equal 8. So those become 88. And then of course down below, 11 times 8 is 88, and then 8 times 11 is 88, of course. Okay, so but on the left side here, 118 seems to represent not only the 11th of August, which is what they've coded that so many times, but 118 is an attack code. And mainly because you can add the two together, one for each coast, 118 on East Coast, 118 on West Coast, and you can add them together and they equal the last attack day, but in a weird way, of course. So the 118 plus 118 equals 236. But then all you do, and then let's go to the right side now, then 811, it doesn't matter if you can just use one of the 811s. 811 is August 11th, which is the 223rd day of the year. They love the days of the year as well as other things, mirrored things, as I've gone to understand more of what the Lord's shown me. And Jesus has given me a lot of this understanding, most of this understanding. And so I'm thankful to him, and I'm doing my best to listen and wait on him for him to show me things. But he's shown me how they communicate over time, and now I feel like I have it pretty much down on the different ways that they communicate through media and the different techniques and little stupid little things they do. Okay, so if we look on the left here, 236, you just flip the 6 to a 9. They love flipping the 6 to the 9, 9 to a 6. And then 239 is the 239th day of the year, which is 8/27, August 27th. Now there's these numbers on the bottom. I'm going to talk about them in a second here. But if you look at August 27th, that is a big day for them for a couple reasons. One is that it's the 239th day, which is really showing the actual day of the final nuclear attack, the final birth, the actual birth of the Antichrist, and also the birth of the man-child into heaven. So this is what I've talked about for so long in my videos. It's about two births. It's the man-child into heaven, symbolized by the Revelation 12 sign in the Bible, in Revelation 12, talking about the bride of Christ being birthed into heaven. Okay, at the same time, pretty much, then it's called the restrainer is taken away, then the son of perdition will be revealed, which is the birth of the Antichrist, Lucifer incarnating a man, which is Barack Obama. And I've shown this so many times, and how all these numbers can come up, Barack Obama and Gematria and all that kind of stuff, so many times. Look at my past two videos of episode 1 and episode 2. I show that several places where all these things on the cover, for example, on episode 2, equate to Barack Obama or Barack H. Obama or whatever it is, President Obama. And I mean, that's impossible for that to be. So also on 8/27, I showed, and you can go back to my videos, iPad Goat 2 and Georgia Guidestones Completely Solved, that series, and I think it's the second video I believe I did, where I actually solved the cube that which had another cover story about some guy took it down, cut it out and everything, which is impossible, and then it was put back, and then it was not, and then it's taken out. Anyway, so the cube, like I showed my solve and the Georgia Guidestones, both equal August 27th, which is the 239th day of the year, which is showing the actual attack day. Okay, now look at the bottom here. This is another reason why I'm showing you these numbers on the bottom here, is 827. But let me show you. So think of the very beginning of the year, January 1st. So we're starting the very beginning of the year. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 is up to January 21st. Okay, January 21st was a blood moon. Okay, very important blood moon. And then 88 days later, let's go to the next. So there's 777, and then 88 days later from the blood moon was Passover. And I've shared this in past videos. I think it was August attacks, my part 1. Watch those too if you can. Part 1, okay, is 88 days. So they love 88. Like, for example, in Back to the Future, the DeLorean had to go up to 88 miles an hour to break the plane of, going into a different time. Okay, and so from the blood moon to January 21st, 88 days later was Passover. Now, this is their false Passover. It's not God's real Passover, but it's their false Passover, and it's right in the middle of these blood moons. And then from that Passover, 88 days later, is the next blood moon, which is July 16th. And then you add 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 6 sevens. Again, 6 is all part of it as well. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So 6 sevens, okay, which is 42. Of course, 42 is the number, also a number for the Antichrist, because the Bible says in Revelation that he will be allowed to reign for 42 months on the earth as the Antichrist, as the kind of leader of the world in a sense. And then, guess what, where the last 7 gets you to? It gets you to August 27th. And then from August 27th, which is the 239th day, 88 days later, okay, now let's just go to this, is going to be 9/23, which is really November, or 11/23. So that 223 here on the right, that first 2 gets decompressed, okay, to 1 and 1. This is how they do this stuff, I'm telling you. 1 and 1, 2, 3, okay, which is also 9/23. So both sides, this is how they do this. A few different ways how they get to 9/23, which represents the 9th month, the real 9th month that they believe is on the Roman calendar. Like Trump said, I'll say it again, Trump was at a rally, this is last year I think, and he said, he was talking about 9/11, but he said 7/11. A lot of people thought he made a mistake, but no, he was showing what him and the elites believed to be the real month. And they basically said 9/11. He said 9/11 was 7/11. So he's basically saying that the 9th month is really the 7th month. Then 2 months later would be the real 9th month, which is November. And again, Novem in Latin means 9, not 11. Okay, so what this all equate to is 11/23. Again, on the very bottom here, you have all these 7s and these 88s. This is the year of the 88. And they love 88, they love 7s. This is all over the place, okay? Because 7 is perfection, spiritual perfection and completion, and 88 is a new beginning, or established new beginning. And they're ripping off God's numbers, but that's pretty much what they mean, okay? So they're looking for the day of 11/23 or 9/23 or 6/23, however you look at it. They're looking for that day. Let me talk a little bit about Walt Disney, the Gnostic Masonic Rosicrucian, okay? Above, Disney in his de Mole uniform. Disney was trained as a boy and man on the tenets of Masonry in the Order of de Mole, an international organization headed by the Freemasons for young men ages 12 to 21. The Order of de Mole derives its name from Jacques de Mole, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar. Okay, this is very important, okay, because gets to his whole origins and his belief system and how he's put all his Masonic stuff in his movies up to today. The people have taken over who, Disney's really, and Pixar, for a while they were competitors, but they are both working for the same master, which is Satan, the god of this world, and they had all this imagery in these movies the whole time, and then of course it's natural that they would merge together to form this massive, ridiculous multimedia beast of propaganda. So, and by the way, Trump is a Knights Templar as well. And there's a lot of evidence for that out there. Okay, and look, here's a postcard showing de Mole International. Again, Jacques de Mole, very famous Knights Templar. I mean, very, very famous in this, in the understanding that if you research any of this stuff, and there's Walt Disney, and there is the Masonic symbol right there off his left, his right shoulder. Okay, it's right there. So this is old. This is back in 1968. Okay, so if you're not aware, Disney is very much a 33 organization. The only place you can drink on the Disney campus is referred to as Club 33. The first movie they ever released was Snow White on the date of 11/22. Okay, man, I'm going to show you so much stuff here. Which is the first day of Sagittarius, the sign that is associated with the mark of the beast. Also notice that 11 plus 22 equals 33, like I showed. I'm reiterating some of these things, and I'm showing you the history of what's actually played in front of your eyes, what's behind the scenes. People need to wake up. Okay, this stuff's coming very soon. In fact, as of today, okay, October 9th, we have 44 days until the first attack days. 44. I didn't even plan that. Okay, on November 22nd, JFK was also assassinated, but this followed the release of Snow White. Okay, this is very important. Lincoln's assassination and Kennedy's assassination, very linked, and I'm going to show you that. But let's keep talking about Disneyland, or Disney. Disneyland is located in Anaheim, California, which is located in Orange County on the 33rd parallel, north by the 117th meridian west. Again, there's 117. Anaheim in full reduction, Gematria equals 33. Orange equals 33. And California equals 88. Oh, we're talking about 88 again. Imagine that. Also, Walt Disney's wife and daughter have 33 affiliations, just as many celebrities of today have with their spouses and children, because they're not allowed full stature unless their names mean different things in Gematria and a lot of things, okay? And a lot of people change their names to fit that, or they originally get their names from their families that follow in these footsteps. They get their names from Gematria that mean all kinds of stuff, which I've shown so many times. Walt Disney's wife was named Lillian, and his daughter Diane. Diane was born in the year 1933. Of course. On December 18th, 1933, Lillian equals 33, and Diane equals 33. Diane Disney later married and took on the name Disney Miller. Of course, Disney, okay, equals 31. There's a lot to that. That's 13 backwards. Also, Miller equals 33. But 31 to 33 are the high-ranking degrees of Masonry. Okay, 33 is the top one. All the 33rd degree Masons, they end up ruling and doing big things in the world. Okay, Masonry itself equals 33, and secrecy, because they are secret clubs that Kennedy even talked about. We go against secret clubs and secret meetings and secret things. Okay, that's a big speech that he had before he was killed. Okay, Diane Disney also died on a hike on November 19th, 2013, the same day Frozen premiered. 9 years earlier, also, Disney released the movie National Treasure about the Knights Templar. What a coinkydink, huh? It's really talking about Walt Disney. It's a kind of ode to Walt Disney, years after he died, of course, on November 19th, 2004. The Knights of Templar were established in the year 1119, okay? Again, that's ode to that as well. This is really deep, people. Super deep. In fact, 1119 is 9/11 backwards, much like the date 1119, adding one more connection to the date. Also, check this out. If you didn't know, Mickey Mouse is said to have a birthday of 1119. Go figure. I mean, seriously, if you think this is all coincidence, you need to wake up. I mean, I'm showing you evidence here. In fact, the hike that she died, hike equals 33. I mean, this is because it's in the media, it's shown out there, and they want this stuff. This is all part of their religion. Okay, this is all part of their worship of the devil, of Satan, of the God of this world, until Jesus comes back to kick his butt. And I'm looking forward to that big time and being part of it. Outside of Disney, Pixar, and the world of movies, the number sequence 113 is coded into many things, from the USA to USSR to, for example, Hussein. Oh, here he comes back around again, Hussein. And that's one of the things about Gematria. when you start looking at Gematria and how they encode things and what they're using this stuff for, it comes back around to certain names and certain people and certain things. It just keeps coming back around like a merry-go-round. It just comes back around and back around. Okay, and it's back around to Hussein again. I'm going to show you this. But USA equals 311. USSR, for example, equals 3119. The 93 World Trade Center attack that happened on 93 with the explosion and everything didn't knock it down, but it just blew out the whole basement and everything. And the 01 attack, or the Blind 11, as one of my channels say, Blind 11 instead of the actual name, attack, were exactly 3119 days apart. Okay, that's crazy. That's not a coincidence either. These are massive coincidences on top of massive coincidences. If you really believe that, that's really silly. Okay, let me show you an example for like Hussein. Back to Hussein now. Okay, it's 32 in full reduction. Now we're going to point something else out. Look in there, 311. That's in there. That's how they do this stuff. It's all over the place. And then if you look at Hussein in English Gematria, which of course is simple Gematria times 6, and then Hussein in Jewish Gematria, okay, now let's look at Hussein. Jewish Gematria is 113, okay, 113, like I showed you, 113 or 113. Like this, the German guy that believes that Seattle will be attacked on 11/3. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed in a way. If you're looking for the day, if you're thinking, looking for the transition and looking to go to heaven and all, or whatever, or looking for possible to warn people and all that, I'm telling you, the days are 11/21, 11/22, and 11/23 of 2019. This is just coming more and more clear. Everything. Everything I've ever done on YouTube for a year and 2 months is pointing to this day. Everything. I could never say that about any day. Okay, I thought, oh, hey, there's reasons why I didn't understand why this one did or that one did. Every single thing I'm putting up against it, it fits. It's very crazy. Okay, so, and then now look at how Hussein on the right changes to this Hussein on the left as being 570 in English Gematria, which is wishbone, which is also equal to yes, we can. Hussein, what Hussein said, yes, we can. I wonder. The reason why you're wanting wishbone, what does that do anything? Well, if you've been watching Many Fish channel, the Many Fish channel, he has been talking about for a couple years about this massive nuclear explosion that's going to happen. He's been led by the Lord. It's going to happen off the coast of basically Los Angeles and Huntington Beach and Catalina Island and all this kind of stuff. And he saw this artwork of a nuclear explosion, and in it had all this imagery. And up to the left of it was a wishbone cloud. And then he had a personal experience where he was outside and there was a wishbone cloud, the same structure and everything of what he saw in the picture. Well, in the picture he's talking about, that was put in there by the people who did that, inspired by demons like they do in all media. Okay, and so this is an ode to Many Fish of wishbone, hint, wink, wink, wishbone. I'm saying kind of silly. Okay, any of you that know, watch Many Fish, please let him know in comments that I have a link to the day when this is going to happen, which is 11/23, because it matches Hussein. It matches several things. The attack days. Okay, which is wishbone. In fact, he's narrowed it down to the location of a wishbone circle where the nuke might even be stored there. Okay, I'm serious. This is crazy. These nukes are going to be hidden and stored in these places in these cities, and they're going to go off at the same time. Okay, so on 11/23. And then Notre Dame, okay, also is 570 in English Gematria. And remember, Notre Dame was on fire, and that was April 15th. Okay, and it lasted to April 16th, but it marked out April. The reason why it was April 15th is because Lincoln was killed. He was shot on April 14th, but he died on 4/15, because they're linking things, okay? And then this was a fire to destroy Christianity in a sense. And at the same time, the Alaska Mosque was on fire on the same exact day. That's impossible. It's impossible for the two major religious figures to be on fire on the exact same day. That was all planned. If you think it's a coincidence, you're silly and you're completely blind. Okay, well, let me show you this. So check this out. So Notre Dame, what does this have to do anything? Okay, Notre Dame, yes, there was a fire, but from the time of Notre Dame, when it burned, okay, which is April 15th to November 23, which I'm saying is when USA is going to burn, okay, is 222 days. Again, the first two is decompressed into 1-1, so that's 1122. I almost wanted to say the commercial for Walmart, and I'm going to put that in one of my next videos. But last year, they did a Thanksgiving / Black Friday commercial, 1122, 1122, 1122. Ooh. And they were referring to this year, 1122. And I'm going to show you the evidence of that. And even this new Black Friday promotion that they're talking about, they're hearkening back to last year because it ends up hitting that day. And it's going to be a Black Friday. What the real meaning of Black Friday means, that's been talked about for many, many years. But the real meaning of Black Friday is when that day happens. And then let me show you as well. So again, from April 14th, which was actually the attack on Lincoln when he was shot in 1886. Okay, but I'm likening it to this year because they love doing that. So April 14th is when he was attacked. Lincoln was attacked. Okay, so then there'll be an attack on November 21st starting in Hawaii, and it'll go across the Pacific, massive mega tsunami, and hit the west coast. And that's November 21st, which is 221 days apart, which is the actual day, because the two breaks down into 1 and 1, 1121. And then from April 15th was the day he was killed. Okay, Lincoln was killed and I'm likening it to this year, of course, because I'm showing you the patterns here. So the day Lincoln was killed to the day Kennedy was killed is 222 days. Again, 1122. Do you see this? Do you see? I'm showing you evidence here, people. Do you see this? It is crazy. So from the day Lincoln died, any year, but just pick the date, okay? And I'm just likening it to this year because I'm showing you an example of what's going to happen this year. So from the day Lincoln died to the day Kennedy died is 222 days, which is 1122, which is the day. I mean, it's crazy. And then again, back from when Lincoln was attacked or shot to the actual attack day of the United States to basically put the United States in the ground like they did with Lincoln is 223 days. So we have 221, 222, and 223. Like I showed you in, I think, episode 1 was the license plates that my wife saw about a week before I started doing videos last year. And we didn't know what they were. But there's a license plate there, 221, 222, and 223, which represent 1121, 1122, and 1123-19. Man, I'm just showing you all kinds of stuff. Hopefully you wake up and hopefully you come to Lord, to come to Jesus. Please, I beg you, come to Jesus. What's coming very soon in 44 days, you will not believe. You will not believe. For the faithful in Christ that have been following Jesus, you are going to be redeemed, finally. And I'm going to be redeemed, finally. But we're going to be sent back. The ones who want to and who are warriors for people like I am to this day, and I have been my whole Christian life for 28 years, will be sent back to help people during the tribulation. We will be Jesus's arrows. That's in the Bible, by the way. Okay, and then, so look at Disney, for example, in Gematria. Is it going to relate to what we were talking about? Oh, heck yeah. Barack H. Obama. In English Gematria and Simple Gematria. Are you kidding me? Disney exactly equals Barack H. Obama. And then we talked about Hussein already equaling 33 and all this other stuff. I mean, this is mind-blowing. You can't make this stuff up. This is impossible. And I'm going to show you more of impossibility on top of impossibility on top of impossibility. So let's look at Walt Disney a little bit. Let's look at a few different things that they've done. And this is a kid's show. I don't even know what kid's show it is, but look on the back of the chalkboard on the top left, the Illuminati, it says. And then at top right, if you didn't know about this, on a DuckTales episode, I think maybe it was in the 80s or something, this particular episode, it says right back in the wall, ask about Illuminati. Wow, these people are ridiculous. And then look at Walt Disney. It actually hides 666. And then this is a more modern, goofy cartoon, and then there's the all-seeing Illuminati eye on this back of the skateboard, underneath the skateboard there. It's crazy. Now, if we look at Walt Disney, again, I showed the 666, but then it's very obvious to me, I'm looking at it, and then you can say, oh, hey, you can also put Walt Disney backwards, look up on top, and on bottom it's backwards, but also backwards, the 666 is also hidden. So there's a 666 hidden forward, and there's a 666 hidden backwards. That's very common. A lot of logos, if you don't know that, I mean, look at the Chrome logo, if you use it a lot. It's got an eye looking at you, kind of a technological eye looking at you, and then it's a 666 kind of hidden in there. If you haven't seen it before, look at it. Look at the Chrome logo. It's crazy. And many other things. It's all over the place. These people are sold out. These businesses, a lot of these people at the top and all these different companies and everything, they're sold out to 666. And that's another one of the numbers. That's the mark of the beast, of course. Now here's some more sold out guys. We have Brad Bird and John Lasseter, okay, from Pixar and also other houses as well. Movie houses like Brad Bird has done. So Brad Bird, or Bird, equals 33. Again, to get to the top, you have to not only believe these things, practice these things, these rituals, all the stuff. Your name and different things has to be, equal gematria in many different ways. Look at Lasseter. Lasseter, which is 27, which is also 9. There's a lot to that, and 72 as well. But look here, it's 3111, like I've been talking about. Very important for them. It's got to have some division of that. Okay, now look at here. Let's look at Toy Story 1, and then we're talking about this A113. Here's another evidence, more evidence that this is pointing to this day than just what I showed you so far. There's more evidence. So A, of course, like I said, equals in English gematria 6. So then 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's 623. And then, of course, so 6 can be turned upside down to 923. And then that's 1123 because the 9th month is really Novem, in Latin, November. So it's really November 23rd. Well, look at this. There's a November on the license plate, a Nov, right? So it is November 23rd. Okay, they give you all kinds of clues. And I'm going to break down a couple different movies, 3 different movies, Pixar movies, and there's many other movies, but I'm going to just show you the point of that. The decode is in the movie of A113 as well as already understanding it. So I'm proving that not just what I'm saying, I'm showing the decode in the movie itself. So here it is. It's showing November, and then that's 1 plus 1 is 2 and 3. It shows November 23rd, or November attack on the 23rd, whatever we want to say. A also means attack as well. I'm telling you, I just got that by the Spirit of God, okay? And then check this out. 11.3, which is like the German guy that's talking about Seattle being attacked. 11.3 is also, 3 is decompressed easily into 2 and 1. So 3 is also, not only is it 11.23, the whole A113, but also if you just look at 113, because it's spaced, is 11.21, which is going to be the attack on the West Coast, which includes California and all the states, and Hawaii, which is where it will originate by a nuclear torpedo hitting the Helena Slump on the Big Island, causing a massive displacement of land into the sea. Okay, and Kilauea is going to explode, and the cap of the abyss is going to be removed, and then CERN's going to cause a massive hole to be opened up right there, because that's where it is. And there's a lot of predictive programming and all that. I mean, one of the things is Moana. Moana is the goddess of lava and fire and whatever, and then she has a spiral on her chest, which is the the portal, which is the pit opening up. There's so much to that. I mean, Disney movies. Another one is that I can't think of what it's called now. With the big anyway, I'm gonna pass. Okay, if I think about it later, I'll think about it. Okay, and then look at here. I've also just decoded the 2015 Economist magazine, because you look at the Economist magazine. Oh, there's Obama, of course, in the front in purple, and then red tie for blood. But purple, he's in a purple suit. Oh, there he is in purple again. And then to the bottom right on the magazine, I show that in the right half is these two arrows, and they say 11.5 and 11.3. Well, that's backwards, so it's 11.3 should be first and then 11.5. And again, decompression, this is what they show you. I showed that in the last video, that they talk about numerology and stuff, and they talk about compressing numbers and decompress. She didn't really talk about decompressing numbers, but that's another thing they do. They compress them, they decompress them. Okay, and so 11.3 is 11, 2 plus 1, and then 11.5 is 11, 2 plus 3 is 5. Are you getting this? It's come together for you at all? Hopefully it does, because this is the truth. I'm telling you. You'll find out soon enough in 44 days. But hopefully you can see it ahead of time and make some changes to your life and do something for your family, do something for your friends. I don't know. Ask the Lord, ask God for insight and understanding, confirmation of what I'm talking about, okay? I have had a lot of people that I know that email me and in comments that I've gotten lots of confirmations of what I'm talking about. Hundreds upon thousands, okay, of confirmations from after watching my videos, okay? Dreams, everything. I've gotten a lot of people email me that have come to the Lord because the Lord has shown them things after my videos and all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm approaching, and I want it to be way more. I'm just saying that I'm making some kind of impact, but I want to do a lot more, because I'm asking all of you, if you see something in this, if this pricks your understanding, if it makes you see something that makes sense, send people to this video, please. You don't have to agree with me 100%. Don't even have to agree with me at all. But send this link to people. I mean, please comment on other channels about this to check it out. Put stuff on Manyfish's thing about the day that I've actually found for him. I'm telling you, the Lord has told me this. And I'm going to talk about some other things as well for other people. But post things on comments. Send this video out. Tell people about these videos. Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3. Okay, this is real. Then we have Toy Story 3. Okay, Toy Story 3 is, man, there's the license plate again. But what does that have to do with what I'm talking about? Well, look at Toy Story 3. Let me zoom in on the license plate here. It's kind of blurry. I couldn't get any sharper. It takes a while to try to find anything better. But look, hey, we've got the November again. Just coincidentally, though, right? Just coincidentally, it's November again, pointing to the 11th month, okay, right? And then towards the top of the license plate, it's hard to see. It's very blurred, but it says Tiger Pride, because it has to do with the bottom word, which is Tri-County High School. But it says Tiger Pride. Well, what's Tiger Pride in English Gematria? Well, it is Walt Disney Pixar, so it must be 666, right? Okay, of course, it has to be, because they believe in all that stuff. They believe in 33s and 666s and 923s and all that kind of stuff. Wow, it just keeps going. Now, remember, I said Disney equals Barack H. Obama. Well, what does Pixar equal? Could it be similar? If it was so similar, then that would be impossible. Okay, I'm sorry. Disney started, many, many years ago with Walt Disney and everything, right? And then Pixar came. It was a brand newbie back in the 90s. I mean, Steve Jobs helped start it and everything like that, right? And they were competitors. And then eventually Disney bought Pixar and all that kind of stuff, right? What are the chances that these two names are exactly similar in what they equal? Okay, the chances are nothing, because there's no chance they're exactly similar. And let me show you. So, for example, now remember I said Disney is Barack H. Obama. So if something was super similar or almost exact, it would be like if you had Barack H. Obama and then you had to try to match it, okay, with a you know what a six-sided die is, right? You roll dice or you roll a die, and it's six sides. Well, imagine a 26-sided die, okay, with all the letters of the alphabet on it. So one side is A and all the way to Z. All the sides, you see, it almost looks like a globe, but it has little flat spots all over it. It's a 26-sided die with A through Z on each side. And you roll it, and you get a, I gotta start all over. Oh, you roll it, you get an L. Oh, I gotta start all over. And you have to keep going until you get exactly in a row a similar word to Barack H. Obama. Okay? You never get it. You keep rolling. So let's say eventually you got to B, and then you got to get an A. Now you roll it. Okay. Eventually, then you got a B, then you got an A. Now you roll it so you can get an R, and then you got to start all over each time. Just imagine that you'd never get to it. Okay, why? Well, what's similar? Pixar equals Barack Obama. Why, in God's green earth, does Disney equal Barack H. Obama and Pixar equal Barack Obama? If you can't see that, wow, you are truly blind. And I pray for you. I pray the Lord would open your eyes, open your heart to the truth. If you can't see that, you can't see anything. You can't see anything of consequence, anything about truth. And truth is not always obvious. A lot of times truth is very hidden for a lot of reasons. Okay? That's impossible. Okay, that is absolutely impossible for those to match. Okay, they were competitors, and then eventually, of course, they're going to merge because they're both working for the same beast, of course. Okay, so it's pointing to Barack Obama. Hello. Okay, so let me talk a little bit more about Toy Story 4 now. Now, this is a little promo that they did for Toy Story 4. And you have these plush animals and everything, but look at the background. You've got these like blue. Okay, it's supposed to be kind of almost like outer space, but they're blue. They look like waves. 2 dimensions of waves, and then it looks like waves behind, and then bigger waves up front, kind of. Okay, like maybe tsunami waves. And then we have missiles or a rocket ship, and then we have a meteor and the bullseye, meteors and whatever. And what you don't see here are Saturn. And then above, you see the nuclear missiles right there hanging on the wall, and you see jets, military weaponry, basically jets and nuclear missiles all hanging on the wall on a kid's prize thing. I mean, are you kidding me? This is such predictive programming. If you can't see it, well, then I don't, wow. But it's right there. And you've got these massive tsunami waves and what I've seen the predictive program is showing, and all over the place. I'm going to say it again. I've shown it on the Economist magazine 2018. Economist magazine 2018. On my first episode 1 was a meteor shown as 811 or 118. Okay, so I think I'm coming to a conclusion that maybe a meteor or twin meteors, or maybe there'll be several meteors that NASA's going to say. If you notice, it's only been the past few years that meteors are going right by Earth, or they're talking about it all the time now. Because it's predictive programming. It's throwing it in your face all the time. And eventually when 2 hit, one in the Pacific, one in the Atlantic or whatever, you're not going to be surprised. Okay? It's all predictively programmed in your brain and in your subconscious. Okay? I believe that's very possible that they're going to say meteors hit the oceans and cause these massive tsunamis. Okay? It's in predictive programming all over as well as here. And then look at this. This is another one. Promo for Toy Story 4, and it shows their iconic license plate, and their Emeryville and everything, Pixar and all that stuff. Well, this is more predictive programming, because as we know, A113 in many ways is 1123. Well, would it be obvious? Would there be more obviousness right in front of your face that, hidden in plain sight, as they like to say? Of course, because in simple gematria, T equals 20 and S equals 19. So the date is right in front of your face, and they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. I'm telling you, the demons that are behind these people, they're laughing at you. It's 11/23/2019. I'm showing 2019 being the year of the 88, like I've shown the year of the 7s. It is uncanny. I got more and more and more to show you. I just don't have the time to put it all out. Literally, I have so much. I have easily another 5-6 episodes of material. It's crazy. So I'm going to put out in lumps here because I only have so much time. I don't get paid to do this, so I can't just stop what I'm doing and do all this. I'd love to do that. I'm considering that, but I don't think I will because for a number of reasons, having a way to support and everything. But, we're 44 days away. I'm just going to do the best I can and plug out things, I think. We'll see how it goes. And then we have A Bug's Life, which came right after Toy Story 1. There's the iconic A113. Well, like I said, in the movie is the code to decode it. And all these movies, I just haven't gone to get through everyone. So I just showed you the first one, Toy Story, and some of the versions of Toy Story. Toy Story 1, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4. Now I'm just going to show you Bug's Life right here, okay? So that A113, while this character Flick is in the city, is the decode. So look at this box right here. It says this and up. Now that is a clue. It's crazy how they give you these clues and people cannot read them, but I'm reading them. This and up. Well, turn this box this and up is what it's saying. So turn it upside down. And then look, in the corner there, right there. What is that? So this end is up now on the right, and look at the left. Look at this number. What is this number here? It's MJ050263. Well, what does that mean? Well, M is 13 in simple gematria. J is 10, which equals 23. And then 263 on the right, 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 11. Well, we have 1123. What about the 5? Well, the 5 is 2 plus 3. Okay, and another way of doing that 11, and it's an example of showing you, like on the Economist magazine, the 11.5 is 11.23. Okay, that's what this is showing. I'm telling you, and the zeros separate them. So we have 11 backwards. You have 11.5, which equals 23. So the 5 equals 23. Okay, so 11.23 is what this is showing. I'm telling you, believe it or not. And then here is Finding Dory, another one I'm going to decode. And then, on their tails, of course, is the A1 on one tag on the tail. Another one is 13, so A113. Okay, this stuff's hidden all over the place. Okay, but look at this. This truck here, which has the fish inside in the back, the license plate, and then we're going to look at these other numbers on the left there. Okay, let's look at the license plate first. I'm just going to briefly talk about this, even though it means several things. But initially, right in my brain, this says to me by the Spirit of God, California Attack 118. Because again, 113 is really mirrored as 118. So California Attack 113 or 118 or whatever you want to say, or 311 backwards, whatever. Okay, but it's also CALA is also in simple gematria equals 8. And so that's 8118. Okay, so it's another way of showing 811 and 118 in one thing. It can be done many different ways. In fact, what I circled right above it there on the top right, it looks like, the best I can magnify this thing with high quality, high def, it looks like it says 129, which again is 921, which is the 9th month, the 21st day, which is what we're talking about. The 9th month is November. Okay, and the 21st day is what we're talking about. And it looks like it says 129, even though it should just say a year, I believe, on that tab, license tab or whatever. But that's what it seems to show there. 129, which is 921 backwards. 921, 9th month, 21st day. Now look at this numbers here. Now let me show you. This is really crazy. Okay, I got to pause something real quick here. Okay, so this is broken down into the bottom left is GVW, which is G is 7, V is 22, and W is 23, which easily translates into 7 plus 2 plus 2 is 11, and then the W is 23, which is 1123. And then 26 is, I've seen it many, many times, 26 is backwards, or upside down and backwards, is 9-2, which is 9, and then 2 is broken down, decompressed into 1 and 1. 9/11, or 2 plus 6 is 8, either one or both. Then you look at the US DOT. That is actually broken down. I'm not going to break each one of these down now. I'm just going to show you what it breaks down to. So 21/9 and then 21. 21st of the 9th month and the 21st is right there. And then this other number breaks down into 9, 22, and 88. It also breaks down a couple different other ways, which relates, but I'm not going to talk about those right now because I'm trying to get through this video. I'm almost an hour. So we're almost done here. So that is, look at from the top left to the bottom, is 921, 922, and 1123, which 9 is 11 again because Novem is Latin for for 9, which is November. So same thing, 921, 922, 923, and then we have 88 and 888. Or 9/11 also. So this is how this all breaks down. I'm telling you, this is a warning for all of you. Please heed this warning. This time is coming very, very soon. And then on my next video, I'm already talking about my next video here. I'm going to decode what 1004 means. Okay, and it refers to this day again, but how? In 4 different ways it refers to this day. And any of you that watch Todd's channel, It Is Finished, my brother Todd, he does a great job. Let him know in the comments. Again, I'm trying to. He responded to me in email, but he hasn't called me back. Get him to call me back, and because I can't wait to prove to him of this 10:04 date that he's been given. And he thought that maybe it's just 10:4 message received, but no, it's not just that. It's actually an attack day, and it's the days I'm talking about. So, and I can prove it. And I'm going to talk about it in my next video, and relating to Back to the Future. Okay, this is all from Back to the Future. Clock tower struck by lightning. Clock stopped at 10:04. This is all code again. There's so much code in Back to the Future if you don't know. Again, 88 miles per hour. So many things. And I'm going to talk about that in my next video. The other thing I'm going to talk about is this just came out on Netflix. Raising Dion. I mean, are you kidding me? If you can't see this, I don't know what to say. I mean, what are you raising? Look at this. I mean, it's showing that something's coming out of a pit. Something's coming up out of something. And then look, this is a black kid. Okay. He looks similar from the back of the head of somebody. I wonder who. Raising Dion. Okay. And by the way, raising Dion in simple gematria equals 11:9 or 9/11. Or if you think about Revelation 9/11, you know, the king of the bottomless pit, Apollyon. Okay. Which is Obama, okay? And this is like representing a young Obama, a young black kid, raising Dion. What does that mean? Well, even more, Dion equals 42, like I've said. We're just talking about 6 sevens. Dion is 42. That's 42 is totally equal, equates to the Antichrist. It's crazy. Then look down here under raising Dion, 311. Raising Dion equals in simple gematria 311. We talked about 311 and 3111 and 113 and 1113 and all those. Okay? And then look, it came out on 10/4, October 4th. Is that a coincidence? Now, again, in my next video, I'm going to talk about 10/4 and what that means and the 4 ways that is talking about these same attack days. Okay, so that's on my next, going to be on episode 4. But I want to show you this as well. Dion is really equal to Dios, which means God. So it's raising God. Are you kidding? I mean, this stuff is right in front of your face. So this kid might as well have this guy there instead. This kid might as well have Barack Obama standing right there. This kid might as well be Barack Obama because that's what it's representing. I'm telling you. Barack Obama, he is the Antichrist, and I'm shown so many reasons why. I have over 300 reasons why, solid, amazing reasons, and nobody comes remotely close. And this is one more. This is probably like 356 over the 300. Maybe actually there's several in this, so there's probably more than that. But I'm going to say 356 reasons why Barack Obama is the Antichrist because it's showing right there. I mean, are you kidding me? Can you not see this? Raising Dion, raising God, God of the bottomless pit. And look, it's lightning. Look at this, is lightning all over the place. Might as well be Barack Obama is Hebrew. Jesus said it in Luke 10:18. Look it up. In Luke 10:18, Jesus said, I see Satan as lightning falling from heaven. And in Hebrew, if you look it up in Hebrew, lightning falling from heaven is exactly translated into Barack Obama. I mean, really? Wow. Seriously, you don't see this yet? I'm going to keep bringing stuff, many videos, I'm telling you. And how does Barack H. Obama equal Disney? And how does Barack Obama equal Pixar? I mean, and many other things I've shown you. I've given you several reasons, solid reasons why he's the Antichrist in just this video, not to mention all my other videos in the past. There you go. Crazy. All right, this is to be continued on episode 4. So hopefully I can get that out. Now I'm shooting for about a week. Probably next Wednesday, hopefully Tuesday for the next one. So, because I have a life and I can't just drop everything and do these. I would love to in a way, but, well, not everything, but at least my job, I would love to be able to do that, but I can't. So, hope you got a lot from this, and I beg you by the name of Jesus Christ that you would share this with as many people as possible because their lives and their souls are at stake. I guarantee it, their lives and souls are at stake. And whenever the day is, again, this is my best guesstimate, okay? This is my best hypothesis, okay? This is my best theory of this time frame, and it's proving more and more each episode to be true. And I'm just beside myself because nothing has been like this. Every single thing I've done in the past matches this time frame. It's really quite freakish. Really quite freakish. It's really quite bizarre. And it's hard for me to deal with that I know the exact time of this stuff. And God has given to me several dreams to confirm all this stuff, to even bring me to this place. And it's all His glory. It's all the glory of Jesus Christ. I am nothing. He is everything. And give an idea of the people. Get an idea of the people that are really promoting Jesus. There's not that many. And I'm only saying that because Jesus is the one, not me. Jesus is the one who's giving this information. So all your allegiance goes to Him. All your understanding needs to go to Him. And everything that you have needs to be given to Him. And He will take care of you. He will blow your mind. He will unleash your heart. He will heal you in ways you can't imagine. There's still some time left. I'm begging you to open your heart up to Jesus. Okay, and I'm begging you to share this with as many people as possible. People you know, people you don't know. It doesn't matter. It's going to affect them. When this all happens, they're going to know that this happened. They were shown this ahead of time. I'm telling you. So with that being said, this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.